Now, Lewis in particular was struggling with the car this weekend, but generally, how challenging is it to set up a car that suits both drivers' demands?
I mean, normally you're able to do it. You let the drivers deviate with the setup. They don't have to run the same, and we'll let them evolve their own setup. And when one of them appears to be going well, you often take elements of that setup or even the whole lot and put it onto the other car. Now, it's fair to say Lewis was struggling predominantly with a lack of rear grip. If we look at how he'd set up his car, it's not obvious where that was coming from. But in the sprint race, for instance, as soon as you've got less grip and you're getting the snaps of oversteer on exit, you generate more temperature, and that in itself will prolong the problem. So as with any race, we spend a lot of time digging into the data, trying to understand it, and Lewis's engineering crew will be working with him on this issue, trying to make sure we get to the bottom of it ahead of Vegas. Now, the other factor with the weekend was the conditions were very different. Sprint quali, sprint race, that was in the dry, it was very hot, and then main quali, main race in the wet. So you didn't have the session after session to iterate the setup and understand how to get the most out of the car. So again, that isn't the reason for the issue, but was certainly something that made it more difficult for him to get the setup that he wanted on for the race.